What is up, YouTube? I'm back again with another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the U.S. Navy and Air Force MCU2P gas mask. Now you'll notice that it does not have the microphone jack on the front, so this is the MCU2P. This is not the MCU2/AP. This one is size large, and I paid, after shipping, it was $66. Came with the mask, the clear protective lens, the filter, and the carrier. So I paid a little bit more than what I would have liked to, but overall I'm really happy with it. It did have the skull cap already on it when I purchased it, so I think that's interesting. And this one is from 2006. It has the wide voice diaphragm or secondary voice emitter cover, and I'll get into why that is later on. Taking a look at the carrier that it came with, it is actually loaded with markings. I can't make out what any of this says. I'm assuming the L's standing for large, and it's on this side too. And it's the older style with the canvas straps. Later on they made them nylon. I don't know when they came out with those nylon ones, but they eventually got them. And of course the more clear ID window. So let's go ahead and open it up. On the flap, you see you got two markings. You got MCU, LRG, 1044. I don't know what those numbers mean. And then it looks like they wrote it again, but with a different number. Like, looks like 118. So, but it's been marked out. So I don't know why they. Obviously, there's some type of way to catalog it. But I don't know why they decided to unmark them. And of course, there's nothing else too much special on the inside other than the secondary compartment and then the top one up at the top there. So I really didn't get any accessories with the gas mask. I had to buy a lot, and there's one accessory that fits on this gas mask, but I didn't buy it for this gas mask, that I wish it would have come with. That I wish it would have came by now, and that is the black tinted outsert lens. But that one's for my Millennium, but it would fit on this one too. I did notice it had the inspection tag. You can see its national stock number, and I noticed whoever wrote this wrote MCU2AP, so it's technically not the AP, but they got the size correct, the year. And actually, okay, so the camera probably can't pick this serial number up at all. It's really hard to see, and you gotta catch the light just right. But it's the same serial number, so we know that this tag is not from a different gas mask. And of course, it says basically the inspection activity. Somebody named Jackson. And it was inspected August 11th of 2010, and of course that's when the filter was, it says that the filter was installed. Then there's some other dates on the back here, so I don't know what any of these letters mean, but obviously these are dates. You'll find these gas masks with these from time to time. I wasn't expecting that, so I think it's kind of cool that it came with it. To move into the accessories, I have the second skin to protect it from blister agents. That's one of the bad things about these MCUs, is that blister agents will eat through this, so they later on designed a second skin that fits over it, and this is butyl rubber. So newer MCUs will have the wide secondary voice emitter cover for this purpose, to help fit your second skin on there better. You'll notice that there's a gap, and it goes into that gap and creates a better seal than the normal one. So if you come across one that has this wide cover, it is probably going to be from the early 2000s. If it's from the 90s or 80s, then you know that it was eventually added for the second skin. So that's why you see some with them, but they eventually did issue them, or just make them like that. So that's probably the case with this one, since it's such a new model from '06, that it was just made like that. And then I also bought the hood for it. Now this hood is, here's the packaging for the hood. It says hood, chemical, biological. It has a contract of 1990, and it was manufactured in June of 1993. So I'm assuming they probably intended this to be used in the Gulf War, and then it just took so long to make this kind that it never got around to it until 93. So you got your underarm straps and your adjuster. Now sometimes they'll come with a black adjuster, like here is the hood for my MSA Millennium. This hood is from 2003, and it comes with the black adjuster. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. I do not know why they changed the color. Different manufacturers maybe. But that's pretty much it. This hood was loaded with talcum powder. When I opened this, I was wearing my work shirt, and it's a navy blue, and I should have shown it to you guys, but it is like powdery. I mean, it was really bad, but it's weird because with my new hood, there wasn't that much talcum powder. I mean, I don't know why they did that, but whatever. So there's the hood for it, the chemical protection hood, and then last but not least, the M1A1 waterproofing bag. This is that awkward long kind that doesn't fit in the carrier very well, but these ones came about around the early 2000s, so it would have been issued with this gas mask along with the M40s and maybe the M50s. So basically, to my knowledge, these things never saw service, if much. Pretty much just kept in storage. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, if you would have gotten your hands on one of these things, you could have sold it on eBay for about $50, $60. But within a few years after that, these things have become surplus, and you can find them pretty much anywhere for, I don't know, $5, $6. I paid $8 for a 2-pack. So there's that. Going on to the mask itself, one thing that really makes this thing special is that probably the most famous thing that the MCU series is known for is for its yellowing along the islands. And I'll go ahead and take off the protective outsert. If you guys can catch the light in between here, you'll see that, and I'm not sure how well the camera's picking up, but there is absolutely no yellowing to this face piece at all. I mean, it's so crazy that it's like this. And just for a comparison, here is my 1989 MSA MCU2 AP. If you guys can catch the light in between there, again, not sure how well the camera's picking up, but this thing is extremely yellowed. Of course, this one has the C2 canister, and this one has the C2A1. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So honestly, I think that's where my money was made up in, for paying on how much it was. I've never seen an MCU, a used one, this clean. So I guess over the years, it really is nice to find an MCU in such beautiful condition that's used. I mean, there's no separation of the face piece at all. So that's what I really like about this gas mask. I used to have a large MCU from 2003 in my collection. I don't know if it ever made it into any of my videos, but eventually the lens just got foggy, and it looked like it was foggy, but it wasn't. It was like something on the lens that it was permanently on there, so I just eventually got rid of it, but it looked really nice. So Anyways, guys, that is my review of the US MCU2 AP. MCU2P. The MCU2P came out first, and then later on they made the MCU2 AP. To my knowledge, the MCU2 AP was produced longer than the MCU2 AP, but I don't know the exact date. So, anyways, guys, that is my review of the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force MCU2P. If you guys have any questions about it, just go ahead and let me know. You will be seeing more MCU videos coming up, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.